Finally got all my cleaning implements for my 17 HMR. I could also use this same rod for my 20 GPC here. There is a lot going on here after I kind of analyze this. First thing I want you to really take a look at right here. These guys are absolutely stripped. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I think this back one might have come loose. I can't tell because the rifle is moving when I do this, but it does look a little wonky. But the other thing is take a look at this. Look at this lineup. I hope y'all can see that. The scope is definitely sitting to the left here, your right, when you look at it that way. So that was a big error on my side when I got this thing mounted, and I did this a long time ago. So luckily I do have a set of rings that are the right height. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off the scope, put on a new set of rings. Hopefully I can get that off of there. That's going to be really interesting. I'm going to have to drill it out. But I've got new rings. I'm really going to give this thing a great once over, really scrub it down. I'm going to take the specs when I'm putting this back on there, so I know exactly what the inch pounds of energy that I'm throwing in there. This isn't looking too bad, but I'll also show you pictures of inside the barrel. It looks horrendous. Let's get this thing cleaned up. You can see that the scope is now leveled, but if you look at where the old ring spray paint mounts are, it's a little bit off there. And when I took off the old rings, this back right ring was not on at all. It was basically just spinning free. So yeah, the scope was definitely a little bit loose. A little bit of mechanical issue the last time I shot this. Well, I'm out on the range, and I hope you can see this. This is definitely more centered now, and I'm doing an initial bore sight, and it is really obvious that the scope is way far to the left. Hopefully you can see this. Let me see if I can. Let me switch this around. Hopefully you can see this through the bore there. Really close. It's hard to line this up with a phone. Now let's take a peek at the scope. See how far it is off to the left. Look at that. So the rings were definitely a mechanical issue. Check that out. Oh, it's losing it. Come on, focus. It's not going to do it. So it's about a 1/2 inch high, which is consistent with the vertical, but the horizontal's off big time. Let me get this dialed in. I don't know if you can see behind me, but I've got this Caldwell target cam that my buddy Bry down in Austin that I need to go see sometime soon to get it back to him. Let me borrow. This will really come in handy with this tiny 17 HMR bullet. The shots you see in there now are from the 6.5 Grendel that I was bore sighting with the new scope. This first shot I'm going to completely discount just because this is a clean, super clean cold bore 0, and I have no idea where it is, and so I'm only going to count the second shot here. Alright, here we go. And at this distance it should splash about a 1/2 inch low. I may just, yeah, I'm just going to aim at the top part of the diamond anyways. Super crisp here. There we go. Okay. Top part of the diamond should splash right in the middle, in theory. But again, this is a clean cold bore 0. Alright, let me count the second shot. That's just at the 12. Wow, look at that second shot. That one's good. Let me go ahead and dial it down, because that went right where it's supposed to. So it needs to be 1/2 inch low. Let's try this. Okay, come up just a hair. And I'm aiming at the top part of the diamond. I needed a 1/2 inch low at this distance. Okay, let's live with that. Clean cold bore 0, second shot, third shot, and that was my last one. So now we'll go out to 100. I have got 3 boxes of ammo to 17 HMR Hornady VMAX Classic, the CCI 20 grain jacketed soft point, and this new CCI A17 varmint tip, which is zipping at 2650, a little bit faster than the standard 17 HMR ammo. And I think that's because of the gas or those auto loaders now that they've got. I'm going to start with the 17 grain VMAX. Oh my gosh, this scope is so wet. Y'all are going to have to give me some mercy on this one. 5 shots each, same magazine so we could be consistent. And I'm only really going to count the first 3 shots because this thing opens up after the 4th. Whew, it's kind of ugly. Alright, CCI game points. Oh my gosh, these bullets are soaking wet. Still gotta count it. Alright, now for the new ammo. This is that 17 A-tip. First time I ran this test using the 20 grain CCI jacketed soft point bullet, which is the most accurate in the test that I just completed. The 3-shot group average that I had was at a .983, and the 5-shot group average was at a 1.729, and that's what you're looking at here. Once I scrubbed down the barrel, traded out the old scope rings for these new scope rings, and cleaned out my bolt, I narrowed that accuracy down to a 3-shot group of a .615 and a 5-shot group at a .764. So that really cleaned it up a lot, and that's what I'm definitely going to be using when I go prairie dog hunting with Ron in May. Now, we're not sure if this is actually going to happen with all this COVID stuff going on, but I guess since we're out in the woods, we should be okay. So y'all stay tuned for that prairie dog adventure, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm only bringing 2 rifles this year instead of all the chaos that I brought last year, the 17 HMR and my new 6.5 Creedmoor precision long gun.